The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, at quarterback. Knocked down from the side. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
To throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lopez. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys that have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a prolific passer in his days at Baylor. It's Bryce Petty.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Here's Petty. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Petty now. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it second down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. They'll look to throw, and he whips that one incomplete there. Jordan Leggett, the tight end, his intended receiver. Third down here. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. They're going to look to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if
Yeah,
I'm not
that
mistaken.
does.
Correct.
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone's talking about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got room. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Back to throw now on first down. Uses the stiff arm and avoids the contact by sliding. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a second down. Second down and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They'll drop to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Second down following the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And, oh, he coughed it up. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to...
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Second down, Turner. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. He'll look to throw. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing just outside his own goal line. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 36. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
And obviously that can break down a defense, but a lot of it is just that they just get trapped with worrying about it so much that other things break down as well. You know, you break the huddle, and you're not just playing what comes out at you. You're like, oh, God, don't let him outside of the pocket. Don't let him beat us with his legs. And then he starts to beat you other ways.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide. With that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So that'll back them up 5. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
All right, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. And an alley to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And New York set to take the field.
And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
And there's your standard issue draw play. I like it a lot better when it's actually been set up.
On second down now, Turner. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be third down.
Here we go.
Now back to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires. The first quarter of action. 0-0 our score. And we'll be back to South Florida after this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Back to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Mike Pennell able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field.
So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Phillips getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Well, bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation instead. Tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long, thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Shaw. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Play fake. He'll look to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
And some room to work. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Hurry up, here we go. Ooh, landed.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this will not have the distance to get there. Short, no good, just under the crossbar, and this will remain a scoreless game. And New York set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it. But, listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the 1st, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with Larry Ridley for highlights and analysis of our first half of play. Now, not too many highlights yet, at least in terms of scoring plays, that is.
Yeah, but hang in there. We might get something these last 2 minutes.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, look at the juke. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for the Dolphins. 41 yards.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to them right away because they have the matchup advantage.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
We talk all the time about how important it is to have leverage in blocking. It's also a big part of policing up gaps. Did you move someone out of the A gap? Did you move them out of the B gap in order to create space for your guy to run? In this case, all those gaps were shut down.
Yeah, the movement was defensive, and they got him for a loss.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
No, check. Patriots.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And Parkey's kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
This one fielded at the 5. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando, and with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Larry Ridley.
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both the Dolphins and the Jets haven't figured out yet how they're going to move the ball through the air. The defenses on both sides have kept points off the board, and it will be interesting to see if they can keep that up. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Dolphins with the ball early in the second. Defense will get to the quarterback here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Late in the first half. The pass is completed into tight coverage, and he'll end up being taken down at the 4. Staying late in the second. Defense will win the battle and get the sack. This will go for a loss of 7. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Let's go! 3-19!
A bullet throw, but incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw, and it's incomplete.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Green, 39.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
That goes in the category of a play that the defense is going to cherish and excites them. A completion, yes, you give up the pass, but no gain. I mean, that's exactly what you want on defense.
And sets up the 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. And New York set to take the field.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but the second drop, indeed, not a good look. On 2nd down, Turner. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Partner, we're into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Hard throw, incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. And taken at the 46. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync because early in a game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to, but as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I'm actually surprised they didn't get out of that play. I didn't see anyone pressing the line of scrimmage for the defense.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Shaw. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 22. So they're operating in the red zone. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a 1st down again. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw here. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. The offense on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
And Parkey's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So put 3 on the board, but from inside the 5. And I know we use this phrase a lot, but that's a big-time win for the defense.
It sure is. You've got the short field behind you, so you can afford to turn up the pressure. And that was a nice sequence there to keep him out of the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he fires one incomplete. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Blue 90.
They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 319.
Open man, is Stewart. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Fresh set of downs here.
Here we go.
Here's Petty. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Here we go. 3-19.
Petty now. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So a little fortunate there because that one was definitely leaking right.
Without a doubt. Maybe about the width of a football or so inside that right upright. But he got it to go.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. This is taken at his 4. A beautiful fake. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. 2nd down now after the pass completion.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw. And a little spin cycle. Room to... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Now let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And that's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Dolphins on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And now out come the Jets. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. On first down, Turner. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll set up a throw. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Eight yards to go here on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. So they go out of the gun, try to delay it on the draw, but nothing there.
Yeah, good play by the defense there. They sniffed it out and made sure there were no gaps for him to run. If you're the offense, though, you have to think to yourself, maybe I go play action down the road.
And he fires one, but incomplete. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But, boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And out come the Dolphins now. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They go play action here on 1st down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And ready now for 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Pass incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Back to throw. This is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. New York set to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
Let's go! 319! 319!
And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Complete. He was trying to find Ardarius Stewart, and now it's second down. Second down now after the incompletion.
Here we go. 319.
And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. They'll look to throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal. Third and goal now. The defense looking to hold serve. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off inside the 5. And he's into the clear. 20, 10, 5. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken about the 12. Well, in this one, Parker, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. The scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So for Miami, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Jets, things get even uglier now as they fall to 2-13. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.